Hi, everybody. Dan Illman, Mike Beer, the DRFBets race of the day for Sunday, November the 3rd, race number 8 at Santa Anita, the Grade 2 Goldikova Stakes, going 1 mile on the turf for fillies and mares. Let's take a look at this field. You can access free formulator past performances for this race on the Race of the Day event page at DRF.com. Download them and handicap with us. The 5 Toinette is the 6-5 morning line favorite. The horse she's going to have to run down, according to Timeform US, is the 6 Miss Bad Behavior, and I couldn't agree more. Miss Bad Behavior is a pure speed horse. She went gate to wire at Kentucky Downs 2 starts back. She made a very fast pace last time out in the First Lady when probably overmatched, and if they leave her alone on the front end here, she could prove very dangerous.
Yeah, she's got races that do make her dangerous if she gets loose. I guess the way I look at the pace of this race, Dan, and I agree with you that she'll be on the lead, is, the Toinette, the advantage she has, she's just not a slow horse. It feels like she can get any kind of a trip that she wants. I don't think she's going to be too far away.
Don't Blame Judy is last on the Timeform US pace projector. She is the number 1 chicklet, and she finished second last time out in an optional claiming event behind a solid runner in Poster Girl. We'll watch that race right now. Don't Blame Judy is the 7 horse in this race, angling to the far outside. Is going to try to come with the run. Just no match really for Poster Girl. This was an honest performance, and if you believe the buyer's speed figure of 93, it makes her a fringe contender.
Yeah, it does. I'm a little bit of a fan of hers. I think this horse is actually pretty good. This race is going to be tougher for her, and obviously she's going to need a little bit more pace that she's been getting lately.
Coach Rux might supply that pace, perhaps. She is a graded stakes winner on the dirt, and it looks like Dale Romans is trying to resuscitate her career as a middle-distance turf horse. She won at Churchill Downs last time out, sitting just off the pace, getting up to win with a 91 buyer, and we know she has some back class. It appears she does handle the turf. And maybe, just maybe, and we've seen Miss Bad Behavior throw in a clunker or two in the past, maybe she inherits this thing at the quarter pole.
Yeah, she could get a really good trip in this race, and she did run pretty well on turf last time. Boy, that horse that she beat, too, I know she only beat her by a nose, but that Daddy's Boo, I don't know, she's probably won 20 races. She's a really good horse. So that's a quality win that Coach Ross had last time.
Richmond Avenue ships in from Europe. This is a horse with only 1 lifetime victory, has kept some stakes company in England, stakes company in France, not exactly the group company. I think she will fit at this level, but she is kind of up against it, I think, as eligible for a non-1 or a 2 life race.
Yeah, we'll see what happens. She also looks like a horse who really is going to want some pace in front of her. She may not get it. Her most recent race was a good one where she just missed in a relatively big field, but that was a race that was running at a really fast pace. And she was that whole field was closing at the end, and she was just one of the ones who couldn't get there. I thought she ran okay, but I only thought she ran okay last time.
I think Simply Breathless could be a sleeper in this race. She returns to the scene of her victory in the Grade 3 Wilshire at a mile in June. She then ran an excellent third behind Juliet Foxtrot, who we saw run an excellent second in the First Lady Stakes at Keeneland. At Kentucky Downs, I don't know, I thought she got shuffled a little bit in that race behind Miss Bad Behavior, who got forward. What did you think about the Athenia? Because it just looked like Neil Drysdale found a great spot in New York for her last time out. And do you think she just never got position?
I don't know. Yeah, maybe. I was disappointed with her race last time because I really felt like that was a great spot for her. And they did take her in hand at the start and raise her off the pace. But otherwise, I mean, her trip was pretty clean. The horse that won it just opened up a big lead on that field around the turn, and nobody really threatened her. But at the end of the day, Simply Breathless did not run well last time, and she needs to rebound.
Toinette, the horse to beat, the morning line favorite, multiple graded stakes winner as a 3-year-old filly, and it took Neil Drysdale a while to get her back to the races. Now, she hasn't run badly at all in any of her 3 starts, but I think she's even rounding into her good form. Here's her win in the Swing Time Stakes last time out. She stayed up close in third. She sweeps to the front to make the lead over Quebec, who's a kind of a nice restricted listed horse, and I don't really think Drayden Van Dyke gets to the bottom of her 95 buyer speed figure. You mentioned her tactical speed. She's simply the horse to beat because she consistently runs fast races.
Yeah, she is, and she's very tactical. The thing that I like best about that race right there, and she did win easily, I thought that pace was legitimate, and she stayed right up close to it. I mean, they weren't flying, but they were going a pretty good clip, and she stayed right on top of it. She won for fun. She's way the horse to beat.
Miss Bad Behavior was flying up front last time out in the First Lady Stakes, and that just took all the starch out of her, and she was probably overmatched against the likes of Uni and Juliet Foxtrot and Vasilika, who she's chased in vain on several occasions. The win at Kentucky Downs, I'm really not sure how to evaluate that race. I remember Miss Bad Behavior from late last year, early this year, a fan of hers, but a horse that often was a bridesmaid.
Yeah, that's the real drawback to her. The positive is that she has a lot of speed and could just, get right to the front in here and make herself really tough. I still think it's going to be hard for her to beat Toinette, but she could certainly get a big piece of this.
Streak of Luck was second in the Grade 2 Buena Vista at this distance earlier this year, then fourth in the Santa Ana behind Elysia's World, who's okay. I thought that last race, really interesting prep from trainer Matt Chu, putting her on the dirt, sprinting her, showing a little bit of early speed behind Lady Ninja and Selcourt, two horses that ran in the Breeders' Cup, Filly and Mare Sprint. I think that race probably set her up very well for this. The question is she good enough to take down a horse like Toinette? I actually think she can get a piece of this at a big price.
Yeah, I think that's probably true. To me, she's probably the most interesting, longer price in the race outside of Toinette, who I think is a rock solid favorite. This is probably the most, interesting price horse because she has races that put her close. And I agree with you. That was an interesting prep last time.
Top pick time for the Grade 2 Goldikova. We're not getting cute. We both like Toinette. I'm going to try to get Don't Blame Judy into the number here off of that 93 buyer last time out. Maybe she can come running late and pick up some pieces. I went 5, 1, 2, and 3. You're going with Toinette over the European Invader.
Yeah, Toinette looks too good to me. I don't really want to bet against her. I just think it's interesting that Richmond Avenue is here at all for this race. I don't know how good she is. I don't love her last race, but it's just interesting that she's in here.
Richmond Avenue for Godolphin. Maybe we'll see her with Bob Baffert down the road. 5, 1, 2, 3 for me, 5, 3, 4, 6 for Mike. In the Grade 2 Goldikova, your Sunday DRF Bets race of the day is an approximate post of 3 o'clock Pacific. Best of luck.